Let's get into this. Liz, we need to have a talk. Okay. Let's let's just start from the beginning. All right. For everyone who thinks that this is a singular issue, right? Let me go to this one. Let me go to this one. For everyone who thinks this is a single issue, and oh, Blizzard will be fine. WoW will be fine. You know, they've been in some deep fire before. Everything's gonna be fine, right? Right. Well, the only people who are saying that are the only ones who are not looking at the whole picture. Let's go back quite a bit. Let's go back in time. October 18th, 2020. The announcement that Blizzard is ending development on StarCraft 2. You might be like, Draft, what does this have to do with World of Warcraft? They're two different crafts. You stupid. Hear me out. Alright? When Blizzard announced the end of StarCraft 2, why would Blizzard announce the end of the development of StarCraft 2? Riddle me that. Why would they do that? StarCraft 2, with all of the purchases, the microtransactions that we were making with the announcer packs, the skins, and those war chests that were coming out, there was a lot of money that was still being made in StarCraft 2. A lot of money that kind of outweighed the cost to make the product that they were selling us that we were buying. You know, we gave them their money back with some interest. And so why would they do that? Maybe it was Activision, right? Maybe it was Activision. Maybe Activision said, look, we're not really interested in the RTS part of your subsidiaries. We're more interested in the MMO. That's where we feel like we can make more money. So let's focus more on that, right? Okay. Now, if that was the case, if Activision was concerned about Blizzard's well-being financially, why the hell are they allowing this? Why is this still a thing? Why is it that if Activision, if you're holding the leash, if you're holding the reins on this whole thing, why are you not getting rid of the people that are being accused? Right? Internal affairs, mass purge, save your money. They don't have much to go on if you get rid of everyone that's responsible for this. Yeah, you know, you do the scumbag thing of paying off anyone afflicted. You do the even more, but slightly less scumbag thing of apologizing to the family of the lost girl. And you purge the living shit out of Blizzard. Like that. So that we don't get to this point. No work being done. No work. Amidst the whole lawsuit when arguably you need your gamers. Also, don't blame the gamers. But you need the gamers, you need the developers, and it definitely need your shareholders right now. Canceling work. What are you doing? Are you trying to bury your game? You know, you have a mass exodus happening. People are leaving World of Warcraft for Final Fantasy. People are leaving World of Warcraft for the New World, for the freaking like Revolutionary or Age of Industry, whatever kind of game, and then this. Where is it? Scroll past the bullshit. Here it is. Let me click on the original. Any chance we get to hear you working WoW again soon? Freelance something they do. Russell Brower, or a musical composer for many of the WoW music. Zero chance. I was strung along for the better part of 2 years with the contract always a week or two away. only to see BFA, Battle for Azeroth, those unfamiliar with the acronyms, completed without me. When a freelance offer finally came through last month, it was an awful experience, and I finally walked away to save my health. Really? Okay, so now, here's a fourth problem. I was only using 3 tabs before, but there's definitely 4 problems here. At least. Alright? And this all comes back to the Activision Blizzard lawsuit fallout is what women have been saying all along. Developers and industry advocates grapple with realities of widespread discrimination. Is it so hard? Is it so hard to not be weird? Is it so hard to not sexually harass someone? I don't think so. I think it's quite easy. You do your work, you go home, maybe to a wife, maybe not to your wife. And the reason I'm saying not likely a husband and it's pretty much only guys is because everyone reported so far it's been a guy sexually harassing a woman, so don't come at me with the whole what about other possibilities? No, shut up. Alright? This whole thing right now is about this right here. And oh my god, how hard is it to keep it in your pants? Like, come on, dude. You're some kind of, maybe you're an executive producer, maybe you're a developer, maybe you're a staff leader, you're some kind of someone who has something to lose. And let's read some of this article. Depictions of sexual assault, not just harassment, actual assault. The news first broke Wednesday afternoon and began reverberating throughout social media late into the evening. The California Department of Fair Employment. Now, let's get this straight out of the way. This isn't a person. This isn't a company or an organization. This is the state of California. The California Department of Fair Employment and Housing filed a lawsuit against the Call of Duty and World of Warcraft publisher for alleged widespread gender-based discrimination, sexual harassment, and myriad harms stemming from a long-standing frat boy workplace culture. Okay, when I think frat boy workplace culture, I'm thinking of dudes walking around making sex and rape jokes and then maybe groping some girl, right? Who works for them. I actually remember early 2000s movies doing this, and I thought at the time it was funny because it was a movie. It wasn't real. This shit's real, not funny. The allegations were based on a 2-year investigation. 2 years. It's quite a lot of resources and time. That uncovered a number of incidents of alleged abuse ranging from the damning to the chilling. That's not how you spell chilling. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we'll just say they need to work on their spelling. Activision Blizzard, which denied the accusations in a statement and claimed they were mostly based on descriptions of Blizzard's past. Yeah, this isn't the first time this has sparked up, and it's funny because there have been allegations happening for years, and while there was a lot of voices crying out against this, there was a lot of issues coming up with this, not only until all this other shit from ending StarCraft support to the lawsuit to developers cutting the what do you call it, no work, basically no maintenance, nothing on World of Warcraft. By the way, I read some other pieces saying, I don't have them on here, but there's Asmongold covered it, and Bellular said some things about it, but basically saying a bunch of like Mike Morheim and quite a few other high-level guys are coming out just now saying that they're very shocked, surprised, and they're trying to do their best to figure this out. Let's get this straight. You knew about this shit all along. You did nothing. Fuck you. Hope you get fired and sent to prison. But Activision Blizzard was denied the accusations in a statement and claimed they were mostly based on descriptions of Blizzard's past, nevertheless continued trending on Twitter into the next morning. It's also empowered more people to continue speaking up about their own experiences at the Diablo and Overwatch maker. According to one former developer at Blizzard who spoke to Kotaku under the condition of anonymity, the systemic injustices begin from the moment women are hired at the company. So you're telling me, that this former developer knew about this and didn't do anything. I understand speaking about it now is going to help bring light to the situation to people who are just now discovering this is an issue, but waiting this long to jump on a thing only because it's just now gaining traction, it's not waiting for the moment to strike, you're just scared. God. Women are generally brought in at a lower rate of pay than their male counterparts with the same experience levels. Often this is because the men that join Blizzard have friends on the inside pulling for them. It also happens because women coming in are usually paid less at their previous job and will accept lower offers without knowing the pay band they're being brought in on. Yeah, and you can't ask. It's really dangerous when you're in a job interview, like whether it's for a high-profile company or just McDonald's. It is dangerous to ask the pay. As soon as you say that, you're not that shining, bright hero who they really just wanted, a real Captain America of their company who's doing it for the patriotism of the company. At this point, they see you as greedy. So most people are kind of worrisome about asking that. Obviously, if you're going to work a job, they know you're in it for the money. Let's be real, money comes first, patriotism second. But they don't like to think about that. They don't like that. It's an old way of thinking. It's still happening. There's a lot of old traditional ideas that are still perpetuated today. But more on that in another video. This is ridiculous. First of all, you shouldn't have waited this long. You were just waiting until traction came out so that you could have some kind of safety net to fall on in case someone went after you for talking. That's what this is. Second of all, from the get-go, women are being discriminated as soon as they get it. Like, you get the job, boom. Okay, already you are being violated and abused indirectly. Now we're gonna start with indirect. All right. Obviously, we know about all the direct stuff that led up to that girl's suicide. We're not gonna get into that yet. What we will get into is the fact that the whole thing is stupid. Like, it's not that hard to not be a dick. Okay, let's continue. Often this is, okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're pulling for them. Whenever you know someone, it's easier to get things done your way. It also happens because women come in and are usually paid less at the previous. Okay, we already read all that. Part of the problem, they say, is that many details surrounding compensation at the company, including perks like stock options, are shrouded in secrecy. Even if you become aware that there's an imbalance, there's not a defined pathway to correct it. Really, more often than not, actively trying to do something about any given issue only leads to more problems. Current and former employees are saying on social media, this is true. With a company that is running in a systemic frat boy culture, it is very dangerous to try and fight for it. Fight for your rights to get paid equally. Fight for your rights to not be groped, because it's not only just guys against women. It's the old adage, bros before hoes. It's we stick together. We're a pack. We're the boys. We gotta protect each other. And this is, I really hate using this term. I really do. But this is an accurate one of toxic masculinity. I hate using that term so much because it gives power to the people who are falsely just pointing at toxic masculinity everywhere. But this is a prime example of dudes wanting to live and having a harem of women ready at their beck and call. They're confusing reality with adult movies. And I can't actually say the name because this is YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. That hub, that hub. And they're confusing reality with that, and this is what we get out of it. A game that is spiraling out of control, that is no longer being worked on. Another game that stopped getting worked on. The company is about to get sued for millions by the state, not just some moron living under a bridge who heard hearsay rumors, but state government affairs that have been investigating you for years. And now they finally feel like they can jump on this. And now you've got the other issue of people that you've screwed over are now coming to social media. The reason they waited is because as soon as there was a moment where you could no longer brush it off, because this, like, again, I'm going to say it multiple times, this is the state. This isn't some weirdo. This is the state suing you. Now the whole thing's coming together. Now all the pieces, all the strings are being cut. All the support pillars are crumbling beneath you. Every safety net you set up is burned. Not just gone, it's burned. It can never come back. Blizzard, if you end up seeing this, I want you to consider something. I want you to consider what's more important to you. What is more important to you? Is it your frat boy culture? Is it your right to be harassing women, to be groping women, to try and get them to the Cosby suite? Or is it the game? Is it World of Warcraft? Is it StarCraft? Is it your partners with Call of Duty? Is your passion still there? These are questions you need to ask yourself. These are questions you should have asked yourself years ago. But for whatever reason, you haven't. And now, shit's going down. There's a lot of shit going down. And I just want you to consider what your options are at this point, because you have two options. You are at an important precipice. You are at the let's call it a fork in the road, right? As a writer myself, I like to call it the fork in the road moment, where a character or group makes a decision that impacts the entire ending. This is that moment. You have a choice to make. You can either continue being idiotic, and your company will die, your game will die, every Blizzard game will fade into obscurity, and all we will be left with is Final Fantasy. And then Immortal for RTS. And Immortal's not a bad game. It's looking very promising. But in my opinion, nothing will ever replace StarCraft 2. It will always have that feeling about it. Same with World of Warcraft. Plenty of MMOs have come kind of before and kind of after. Okay, maybe not before, but definitely after. And none have quite hit that World of Warcraft-ness. So but you can't rely on that anymore. You can't rely on just the fact that you've been beating everyone for years and now you're perfectly in the golden land and you're safe, because that's not the situation anymore. Final Fantasy has figured out the shit that you did right, and now they're doing it right, and now people are seeing that new world is looking very promising for those people as well. So now all you have left is your reputation, which has been going down the drain ever since Cataclysm. And to be frank, Heart of the Swarm. So, you need to make a decision. And that decision is to get rid of the people who are problematic for the company. I'm not talking about the women that you've so screwed over, because if you get rid of them, you're definitely boned. I'm talking about making amends. True amends, not just How much do we need to pay out for them to shut up about this? I'm talking about how do we get trust back? How do we get our reputation back to where it used to be? How can we do this? How can we do that? You need to have these discussions. You need to figure out the best way to go about this whole lawsuit thing. Because here's the thing, they're going to get you. This lawsuit is happening. You're not winning this. All right? Let me just be completely honest with you. Maybe you win the financial side of this lawsuit and you don't lose your entire company to a suit that will just come in and be followed by more suits that have actual traction because this one proved to be true, right? If this one goes through, there's going to be 1,000 others that come after it. This is like the opening of the floodgates for the legal issues you're going to have. Now, on the off chance that it doesn't happen, you got lucky. Maybe it was a judge, maybe it was the some kind of part of the proceedings, but somewhere along the line you would have gotten lucky. I wouldn't bet on getting lucky. So what you need to do is say, okay, the Cosby suite and that whole thing, everyone involved in that, it's gotta go. Everyone included, with the people who knew about the harassment and the sexual assault and the groping and the suicide, and who didn't do anything to try and stop it or deal with it, they need to go. You need to get rid of the people who actually did the offenses. Now, that I was just talking about people, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, whether you're afraid for your job or not, standing by and watching is as bad as committing the act itself. Okay, maybe not as bad, but like 90% the way there. All right. And as far as the people who actually did it, they definitely need to go. They should be in prison. But at the very least, they need to get gone. And then you need to bring in brand new people with new vision, with, this, I hate to say it, but abandoning the old Blizzard vision is the only way to pursue this, because the old Blizzard vision was tainted. It was beautiful and it was corrupt at the same time, because while it had the games by gamers for gamers classic slogan that every company uses now, it also had the frat boy culture. So you need a new vision, you need whole new teams everywhere, and you need to set new priorities. If you want to survive, this is do or die moment. And if you ignore me, even if you don't see this video, and you don't listen to Asmund, you don't listen to the dozens of other people who are pissed off right now, your company's gone. Now, a lot of people think you're already dead. That's how bad this is. There's a bunch of people out there who say, oh, dude, Ubisoft is a dead company. EA is in the water. What's another one? Bethesda is dying. Bungie's practically already in its grave. That's what they're saying about you right now. You need to fix this. You need to take some accountability. That's the only thing. That you can always fix legal issues with monetary value. That has never changed. That will never change. But that's not your only problem. That's only one half. You need to fix the reputation issue. You need to get back to being one of those reputable companies, not just a company out for money. And if that means you have to stand up to Activision, then damn it, you need to stand up to Activision. You need to get rid of these assholes and these perverts and these practically criminals. You break the law, you expect to go to jail, but these guys aren't going to jail. You need to stand up to them, and you need to save your company. Or else, wow, StarCraft, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, Call of Duty, they're gone. You don't even own Call of Duty. Let me take that away from you. Hearthstone, they're gone. Blizzard's gone. Warcraft is gone. Everything that your company started with that made it great, which was Warcraft and StarCraft, that led into World of Warcraft, and then later we got Overwatch and Hearthstone, and then Heroes of the Storm. Oh, and Diablo. I'll give you that one too. It's all going to be gone. You might as well be Lionhead Studios at this point. Except they had a less controversial death. They died out to funding. And and lack of interest in black and white. You need to do something. Because if you keep doing what you're doing right now, it's over. And I'm not talking about half-hearted apologies like what you've been doing. I'm not talking about trying to pay off people like you've been doing. I'm not talking about bringing that poor girl's family in and saying to all the other people investigating that they shouldn't bother the family because, you know, you're kind of responsible for her death. I'm talking about real accountability. Now, maybe any suggestion I can give you isn't going to be good enough for the rest of your community. There's nothing you could ever do to make it right for that family. They'll always hate you. There's nothing you can do for the women that you've screwed over. They will never trust you. And many women after them. The only thing you can do is try to fix this. How do you fix it? Purge. How do you fix it? Real accountability. Wiping away the tumors that are growing, that have been growing for years. There's a cancer in your company. When you get a cancer, what do? You go get an operation. Sure, you lose some, like, all your hair, or like, that's chemo, right? You need chemo. You've got to kill the cancer. And the cancer is not the women. The cancer is not the people who have stood up to you. The cancer is you. The cancer is these people that you've allowed to assault and harass these women. And I'm not saying allow revenge. I'm not saying let's turn it around. Now it's the woman's turn. I'm saying it's time to purge. That's all. And that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this around as much as you can. I hope Blizzard sees this. Whether they listen to me or not, that's on their prerogative. I've already told them what's going to happen. We saviors, we stick together in a healthy manner. See you guys next time.